Hello, welcome back to Maeve Reads Books. Today I am reviewing Project Fairy by Jacqueline Wilson. This hasn't got the usual illustrator. Usually it's like, what's his name? That other guy that does the drawings, which are like not as, this is more realistic, kind of. It's still not very realistic, but you know, it's more realistic. Okay. So this is Project Fairy, and there's something weird about the cover. It's not like bad, it's just a big city and then loads of like flowers and like a little fairy up in the corner, if you can see it. It's actually really good. Like, I know it's a bit of a girly book, and it is like looks like a girly book, and it is a girly book. But like, if you like it, and you should read it. I mean, if you like Jacqueline Wilson, you should read this book. If someone goes like, "Oh, you're such a girl," they're being sexist. So this book is by Jacqueline Wilson, and she's a really popular author. She's written hundreds and hundreds of books, not hundreds and hundreds, over 100 books, and they're all super good. Like, I haven't read a Jacqueline Wilson that I haven't liked. Even her books that are like true stories, they're so good. But this one was one of my favorites. And it's a very good one. It's about a girl called Maeve, and her dad just walked out on them when she was smaller, and her brother was only like a toddler. Her brother's like 5 now. And their mom was very sick for a long time, and they never had a lot of money afterward. So they live in this apartment that's like kind of a bit run down, just like that little bit. And her mom is a bit obsessed with fairies. Like, she has fairy tea towels and like little fairy statues all over the house, fairy lights in the bathroom, very, very fairy. She likes fairies. But Mab just thinks it's a bit weird, and like, she doesn't like having people over because like it's a bit weird to have all these fairy statues everywhere. And at school, her best friend's gone off with another girl called Kathy and a girl called Anita, and Kathy is super mean to Mab, so Mab doesn't have any friends, and like there's only a boy called Mickey who's nice to her, and like it's a boy. And I know that's a bit annoying, but girls don't play with boys all the time, and boys don't play with girls all the time. That's not what it's like that's what it's like in my school, and in their school it's even more. Like, I play with boys when I want to, but I don't usually play. But this, it's like against the rules. You get laughed at by the other kids if you do. That's what it's like. Which I think is a bit rude. But anyways, so then one day, it's on her birthday, her mom buys her a dress. She hates dresses, and her mom's bought her like this dress that's like big fairy dress with like fairy wings and like puffy skirt, and she hates it. I would probably still wear a dress like that, not gonna lie, but she hates it. She likes like skateboards and drawing, but she doesn't like dresses, especially fairy dresses for like 6-year-olds. And on her birthday, you're allowed to wear whatever you want to school. So her mom's like, "Oh, why don't you wear your fairy dress that I got you?" And Mab is not one of those, and her mom still gets worried all the time, so Mab doesn't want to worry her. So she's just like, "Oh yeah, I will," and she wears it, but she shoves her like t-shirt and shorts into her coat pocket. So when she gets to school, she changes out of her fairy dress and hooks it on her coat hook under her jacket, and she's just wearing her shorts and t-shirt. But then Kathy is laughing at her coat, takes it off. "I'm gonna put it on," and she sees the fairy dress and laughs, and she takes it off, and Mab goes to snatch it off her, and it tears. So their teacher, who's called Mrs. Horsley and is so nice, mends it with a sewing kit. And her friend Billy, who's a bit two-faced because she's nice to Mab when Kathy's not there, but when Kathy's there, she's horrible to her. Gave her a book full of cute little pictures of kittens, and Miss Horsley gives her a book that was never checked out from the library, like ever, about fairies. And she thinks, because Mab likes fairy dresses, she'll like this fairy book. But when Mab brings it home, to show her mom, like, the fairies are old, like, you know, like that kind of old drawing that's got a bunch of naked people and stuff. And it's like the fairies were all weird and creepy. And the mom is just like, ew, those are not proper fairies. The mom gets it, and Robin, her brother, gets scared. And she has to shut the book because both of them hate it. But Mab actually likes it. And she goes to look at it in the night. And a flower falls out of it. Somebody's pressed a flower in between it. And she looks at it and she's just like, she wants to kind of plump the flower up, so she sticks it in her water glass. Then in the morning, she gets her glass. She takes a big gulp out of it. Then she realizes the flower's still there and she has to spit it back out. Then when she gets home from school, I think it was like, I'm not sure. The flower was not there. And she's looking everywhere for the flower, and then she finds a fairy. The flower was actually like a flower fairy of bindweed, which is like a weed flower, like a daisy. When you don't want, like, some flowers you don't want in your flower bed because you've planted a specific flower. And if like some random flower, like a daisy, comes up, it's a weed. I know daisies are cute flowers. I don't get why people want to pluck them out of the beds. But some flowers, which are pretty and nice, are taken out of the beds because they're not supposed to be there. That's what bindweed is. And bindweed is rude, annoying, and it's up to Mab to get her back to a place with bindweed, lots of bindweed. But Mab lives in the middle of a city and doesn't know where the heck bindweed could be. It's like a town or a village or something. So Mab is looking everywhere for some bindweed or plants, and she just can't find it. And it's Mab's responsibility to get bindweed back. I know this sounds like a bit of a weird book and like a bit too girly, like even for girly girls. But I'm saying girls so much. Girly girls. But anyways, it's actually, the fairy is so rude, like not in a rude way that's like upsetting. She's just so rude to the girl, it's funny. And she never says anything that's like very rude, as in like a rude word, like a bad word, like a curse word. But she's just like saying like rude things. She just says rude things, and it's funny. And the fairy's like a bit like thinks Mab is a bit of like a country bumpkin, or something like that. I don't know. She thinks Mab is a bit weird and like not very sensible and like not very nice at all. And she thinks Mab, but she also likes Mab, and Mab brings her food from the kitchen, like strawberries and stuff that she thinks bindweed might like. So they kind of become friends, but they also kind of hate each other. They're frenemies. And Mab gets to make a wish, and the wish doesn't turn out right. I don't want to spoil it, but it ends up being a bit sad, the wish, and it is a bit of a sad book as well. I wouldn't recommend it for smaller children. It's a bit for 10 plus, I think. But it's got pictures, so it's a very easy read. It's just, look, picture of her mother being all sick. Where's that picture that I like? There's a picture that I like. I think it's of her here. I opened it right on that page of her reading that Victorian fairy book. It's a really good book. I definitely recommend it if you're over 10 and if you like books about fairies, because it is very fairies and glitter and magic and oh, that girl's gone off with another girl and I have no friends, boo-hoo. It is a bit like that. Jacqueline Wilson is a kind of the same story over and over. Like the dad and mom are separated, or maybe like they're divorced, or she never has a dad, or she's adopted, or the girl, or like the friend's gone off with another friend. It's the exact same thing over and over and over, but each story is so special. There's their own little bits of it and different characters and like pets, and maybe the main plot is different. Best friends, it's kind of like, that's what it's all like. Jacqueline Wilson, she's kind of ran out of ideas. She hasn't ran out of ideas, it's just the same idea is kind of being used over and over again, but you don't get sick of it because the books are so good. It's one of those books where you can't put down and you keep reading it like under the desk at school and stuff, if my teacher's watching this. I don't. This is a lie. I'm lying. But if my teacher isn't watching this, my teacher should plug his ears now. I do read books under the desk when it's very boring, like something I already know. And I'm just like, I know this. I'm just going to read my book. So I don't do it very often. I don't do it when I need to learn. I just do it when I think it's a pointless piece of work. Like Tin Whistle, when somebody else playing Tin Whistle, I'm like, I don't want to play. I don't want to just sit here, listen to this person play a seagull. I'm just going to sit down here, read. It's not that bad. It's not what you think. Okay, thank you for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this. I thought it was such a good book. It was so good. I loved it, but I am a bit of a girly girl and kind of in between. Not really. I'm more on the girl side. Think it's a great book. Really like it. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next week on my YouTube channel, Maeve Reads Books. And now I need to turn this off because I've said this before in other videos. The button's not working.